everything. It's been a little bit since we ran.
Careful there, Edwards, because he's the GM. He could very well just increase and say, you know what? We're going to do a 4.4 threat game because you've just made me mad.
Fair.
Borg! Here's Borg! More Borg! Borg!
I'm okay with that.
I mean, I would kind of be okay with it too. It'd be really easy role playing for me. We are the Borg. Continuing.
Like, we are the Borg. Prepare to be assimilated. Okay. And
all right.
Oh my god!
Is that?
Oh my god! Your technological and biological distinctiveness are going to match so well.
You know what? I'm gonna accept that that's your impression of my voice and just move on. Because it only pains me a little bit.
You
so much.
Really don't have a Valley Girl accent.
Oh, I don't? That's good.
No.
I guess.
No, you sound respectable.
Oh, I do? I do? By respectable, do you just mean Midwestern? Is that all you mean?
Sure.
Sure. Alright. Okay. Organized. Okay. Well, go ahead and make your joke that you've been recording this whole time and start recording.
I would never have done that since just before the Borg comments.
He got me again. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. My name is Tyler, and you are here with the USS Guan Yu, the crew of the USS Guan Yu, which increased in size today. We'll get to that in a moment. Last we left off a couple of weeks ago, in real time for us, Commander Hagen, Dr. Hagen, as she is named, was in command of the USS Guan Yu. They were dealing with the aftermath of the sort of week of hell that the USS Guan Yu went through. Stuff exploding, Commander Edwards going to sick bay, losing an eye. Now he has his eye back. It's a whole story. You should go back and watch it. For this year, a big part of last session as well was a meeting that Commander Hagen and our wonderful Admiral Yannick had, where the USS Guan Yu was ordered to return to DS Fortitude, quote, if you can manage that. And we ended last couple weeks ago session with the crew of the USS Guan Yu gathered around a tank game show on a future TV. People were confused, but Lieutenant Nishizumi was having the time of. We begin the action on board the bridge of the our good new player. You're able to see the bridge currently, right?
Yes, I can.
Cool, awesome, thank you. Let's get people where they need to be. On your way back, Hagen looks at Commander Edwards, who has since been released from the holds of Ensign Sorrel and sick bay.
Oh, thank God.
Looks at you and says, Commander, I have a lot of surgery scheduled for right now. I will be down in medbay to deal with that. Bye! And moves.
Well, that's a very better way to say bye, because like last time we had that, it was like, oh, I have like tons of meetings, like
tons of
right now,
so much, yeah, just.
Not everyone's a surgeon savant, okay? Some people have paperwork to take care of.
Yeah, exactly. Wonderful. I believe everybody is on the bridge. I believe Kelly would be in engineering right now, correct?
Correct. She lives there.
Probably.
Awesome. To remind everybody, it is a 2-threat game here today. Starting with 0 momentum in your pool, just because it's the start of a new session. Commander Edwards, you are, I would say, a couple of hours away from Deep Space Fortitude. Before we arrive at Deep Space Fortitude, does anybody have any scenes that they'd like to run? Our new player, I will introduce you in a little bit once you do arrive at the station. I'll open it up. Anybody have any scenes that they'd like to run?
Yes.
Cool.
Kelly would like to contact her parents.
Cool. That is awesome. Yeah, we'll say that this is after your sort of shift ends. You're kind of chief engineer, so your shift never really does end. You're sort of milling around. But continuing here.
As me trying to enter a search because I forgot someone's name from her backstory.
Oh. Yeah. Okay, I was really confused for a second.
There we go. Yeah, I would not randomly text you Apple. I just need the name of the filtered.
All right, just one moment here. Awesome. I'm just sorry. I was not prepared for I want to talk to my parents scene right now. I should have been, but okay. Let's head to your quarters here.
I do like to keep you guessing about what I'm going to do.
I do love it very much. Going to here. Let's. Oh, everybody's still there. Okay, so. Lower Deckers, Hagen, sick bay, and we have we meet you in your quarters. Kind of creating's done there. Okay. You reach out to your parents. What exactly? I suppose I should ask. What are your intentions? Just to check in?
She has a request to make from them.
I see. Alrighty. Just one moment here. Pulling up the relevant backstory information. And now, sorry. Okay, because I know you told me about this sometime. I just am literally just forgetting. Okay. Yeah, we'll say that you're in your sort of office area. And now for me to pull out a token that I don't have. How are you trying to contact your parents? Where would your parents be right now?
They'd probably be at home, just over standard subspace.
Over standard subspace? Okay. And home, remind me, is where?
They live on a out-of-the-way agricultural planet. They own a little farm.
Oh, cool. In the Alpha Quadrant?
Yes.
Okay. So you are aware. So you are pretty far away from your parents' sort of agricultural world. You wouldn't be able to activate you're still in the Shackleton Expanse. Your message needs to go through Klingon space, through the rest of Beta Quadrant space, into the Alpha Quadrant, then to the planet. If you'd like to leave them a message, they would be able to get back to you. But you wouldn't be able to speak to them directly.
Okay. So she'll go ahead and leave a message then.
Okay. What is the message?
Hey Mom, hey Dad, I just wanted to give you an update and ask for a favor. I wanted to let you know that I have been promoted to the ship's chief engineer. Didn't come with a rank promotion, but I get to mess around with the engines all day, so that's fun. Anyway, about the request, do you think it's about harvest time, so do you think I could get a hold of the MacArthurs and get about 2 bushels of apples into a stasis cargo pod and sent out here to Deep Space Fortitude for me? Because it just occurred to me that most of my friends probably don't eat fresh fruit a lot, and therefore probably haven't actually had something like cinnamon-baked apples ever in their lives. And I'm having trouble reconciling that with the idea that my friends' lives don't suck. So, I just wanted to, to do something nice for the crew.
Okay, alright. This is fully left field. Remember all that stuff I said about all the stuff that I said about you being too far away? They've been making some real quick advancements, and
We are retconning
realize-
subspace.
God damn it. Okay. You gotta warn me about some emotional shit like that. Alright. So rewind. Go ahead and make Go ahead and make me you're doing this over standard channels, you said. Go ahead and give me
Since there's, nothing classified going on.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a Go ahead and give me presence command. I'll say difficulty. I'll say difficulty of 1.
Oh dear.
This would be anything rank based or like Starfleet protocol would work with this. I'm not seeing. Yeah, you probably don't have a. Unfortunately.
Yeah, no, I have nothing applicable to this.
Okay. Starting with 2 dice as standard. Are you wanting to buy any dice?
Yes, I will buy a dice with threat.
Cool.
I still have terrible odds.
Hi, Mom, Dad, putting the ship at risk for this.
She's not putting the ship at risk.
You gave the GM threat.
Oh, hey!
Oh god, presence command is quite literally your worst stat. Okay.
Yes! It is!
Nice. Your target number is 8. Jesus Christ. Alright, 1 momentum generated. You're sort of... you've been a lieutenant commander for a decent while in Starfleet. You're still a young officer. You sort of are able to sort of feed it into Deep Space Fortitude's sort of subspace bandwidth, and you actually find that there's a little bit more resistance than you're used to. The subspace channels they're pretty actually crowded with other channels. You can't really discern specifics, but it's a lot for a Deep Space outpost. It's pretty crowded in a subspace sort of term. But you type in your command codes. You do everything sort of by the book, which you're definitely known to do all the time, and you're able to solidify a communication. Give me the name of your parents' planet, if you'd be so kind.
The name of her parents, what?
The planet that they're on. If you have that.
I don't think I ever did name the planet.
Chakotah 4.
Planet. Alright, I will create one.
Just make one up and say it's called
Travis 4.
Travis 4. TRAEVIS 4. I love that. Sorry, I'm on your page. You create a link to Travis 4 subspace relay, and your father answers the phone.
Hey, Dad.
Saoirse, what can we do for you?
Well, I wanted to check in first and foremost.
Well, as you probably know, harvest is coming up shortly here. Crop is doing well. Your mother sends her regards. I believe she's out in the field.
Drone's still working okay?
Well, now that you mention it, Unit 1C is actually... 1 Charlie is actually... It's been acting up. I was actually going to send you a communication in regards to the left repulsor. It just keeps veering off course.
The panel where it says "keep clear, this is not a step" on the left repulsor?
Yeah, he actually holds up. He actually holds up. It's kind of like a future quad rotor drone. Yeah. Where is it? Sorry. He holds it up to the camera. It's at a weird angle.
Just look on the propeller housing.
Which is he points to the body of the drone. Is it in here somewhere?
Where the propeller attaches, Dad.
Right. Oh, here. He points to the right place.
There. Just give that
Okay.
a whack.
With just punch it, or what do I?
Yeah, just punch it.
He very gingerly sort of half punches, half taps.
Dad,
Yeah.
pretend it's an actor that won't learn their lines.
He punches it.
There you go.
It goes, flies perfectly, hovers, and then seizes actually falls out of frame. A data pad falls off your father's desk. Okay. I think it's working now. All right.
Good.
Thank you. Sort of fixes his hair. So, I mean, thanks for reaching out, bud. Thanks for the help. Did you need something? I'm sorry.
Well, I did want to see if you could get a hold of the MacArthurs and trade for a couple bushels of apples.
Oh, bud. Yeah. I can see their crop hasn't been doing very well lately. There's something. They're two of their big sort of oldest trees have they've been not doing well. I can see if they have any extras, but they're just getting old, so that it's kind of hard for them to take care of them full time, and they're traditional people, So
Yeah, I know how they are. Well, if it helps negotiations, tell them that this is for a starship crew who probably has never had a real apple in their lives.
Right. Yes. Oh, I should have asked. How is being an engineer's mate going? I mean, I know that you are an
I'm
operations.
actually chief engineer now.
Saoirse. Wow. That man, I'm just so proud of you.
Thanks, Dad.
If, you know, me and your mom worry about you a lot, and I know that I fuss, but your dad actually. Oh God, don't cry, Jack, please. Thought I heard sniffling.
You did, but that's more because of the atmospheric pressure down here at the moment.
Oh, right.
I too have some atmospheric pressure in my eye.
Yeah.
That's our new code word for tears. Atmospheric pressure.
Yeah, lots of atmospheric pressure when I open that fucking box. Anyway, yeah, I'll see what I can do, Saoirse. I know that that replicated swill has never really been up to our standards, but of course we have a replicator now just because it's a little easier. But
yeah, I remember having to badger you into getting that. Won't lie. I just wanted to toy with the replicator.
Well, you would have tinkered with it in any way, so what was that? You see, your dad stands up and goes, "What was that?" Oh, yeah. All right, son. Well, I need to go and help your mother out in the field. There's
You just called Saoirse son?
Yeah,
rewind. Saoirse. Well, Saoirse, God, I've been calling you Bud this whole time.
that tracks.
It's slipped.
Bud tracks.
And you actually hear that he stops himself before saying that, and you Saoirse, yeah, I just need to go and help your mother. She's
all right
on the field.
Give her a hug for me, Dad.
Okay. Hey, Saoirse, You be careful out there. I've been hearing some rumblings that those Dominion people seem awfully dead set on, conquering the stuff. So,
Well, thankfully, we are on the far side of the galaxy from that, but I'll do my best, Dad.
Yeah. Go ahead and give me. I'm gonna ask for a round. Go ahead and give me con. We'll say presence con. This is you're trying to reassure him. Presence con. I'll say difficulty of 1. Still.
Okay, you know what? I'll give you another threat just to make it a nice even 10.
Cool. Momentum generated.
Okay.
Your father looks reassured. He goes, "Well, you have those snacks, right? I've been telling you.
Oh, always.
You got to keep them. You got to keep. And we got you those specially made uniforms with the really deep pockets for a reason.
Oh, and I always keep it full, Dad. Don't you worry.
Okay. Well, love you, Saoirse.
I love you too, Dad.
And the feed cuts out.
Y'all getting apples!
You hear a doo-doo at the door.
Come in.
You sort of move out into the foyer, I guess. These rooms are huge. You see Lieutenant Commander Creighton stands in your doorway. Commander, am I interrupting something?
No, I just finished with a call.
Oh, I see. We are going to be in port in a couple of hours, and I figured I've been running diagnostics on the EPS conduits down in the maintenance crawlway in Jeffries Tube E4 for the last 6 hours, and I think everything seems good, but my report to you is that everything is good.
Thank you, Creighton. I appreciate you delivering that report.
Dr. Hagen was nice enough to not immediately take me out of duty, but I'm assuming that there will be some not so nice times for me ahead. But so I want to take this time to thank you for kicking the shit out of me for the past week. It's been
sometimes that's just what someone needs. I know, I've been that someone.
Yeah. Well, if I am still in Starfleet at the end of today, then I'd be happy to work underneath you. I mean, with you.
I understood what you meant.
Good. Great. Well, I'll be down in engineering if you need me. I see that you're off duty. So.
Alright. Don't let anyone drop a spanner on your head.
Yeah, it's happened multiple times today, and I'm wondering if the first couple of times that it happened, I could get that it's a mistake. The fourth time, though, I don't know.
Yeah, that's beyond coincidence.
Beyond coincidence, yeah. I should... And they're heavier than they look. Anyways, I will just let me know if you need me.
Alright. Keep up the good work.
Creighton smiles at you and walks down the hallway.
As soon as the door closes, Kelly to engineering.
Lieutenant Dune answers the... Dune here. What can I do
General
for you?
notice for all engineering personnel, stop dropping spanners on Creighton's head.
There's a pause in the communication. All right. Yeah, the first couple of times it was funny, but I think some of the crewmen might have taken the whole ship almost exploding thing a little too far. I'll correct some of the I did do it once. I did. I was a part of the joke.
I'm surprised you do.
Oh.
Not sure in what way, but I am surprised.
Well, I will continue to be a surprise to you eternally. Sorry.
Okay.
Do now. Click.
I think I know how the commander feels.
All right. One momentum away as that scene ends. Is there Edwards? Do you have anything in mind?
Yep. Nishizumi, take the con. I'll be in my ready room. Let me know when we're a half hour out.
Alright.
Aye, sir.
Nishizumi moved. Oh god. No, you go there. Where is Nish? Oh, did I delete the token?
Yeah, you did.
I see. Now I see how that could be annoying.
Uh-huh.
All right. Commander Edwards, as you walk in, the smell of honey in this room, it can't be overstated how much it still smells like honey. The carpets, your feet, like, as you get closer to the replicator, they start squidging more on this carpet. It's, it just smells like a beehive in here, just full of honey. I guess I don't know how honey gets made, but it just smells like honey.
Computer, coffee, black. Please, for the love of Christ, work.
Oh god. You see the replicator is actually deactivated. Like, it doesn't respond to your commands. You actually see a data pad that you didn't leave on the desk in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
It has Lieutenant Commander Creighton's name in the header and a little body of text. It says, "I removed the honey program from this specific holodeck, and it seemed to have fixed the problem. Whatever you do, do not order tea with honey, or else we'll just get a bunch of hot tea everywhere."
You mean replicator, not holodeck?
Did I say holodeck?
You did.
You did.
That's so funny.
I was going to let that go. Okay. Lieutenant Commander Creighton. By the way.
Yes, sir.
Report to my ready room. And would you be so kind as to... This replicator is not going to blow up, is it?
I quadruple checked. I've been behind that replicator for the past 6 hours.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. See you in a bit. Computer, pull up available information on Admiral Yannick.
Yeah. Oh, okay. It asks for your command codes.
Well, I'll put them in. I'm not looking for anything classified, just available.
Okay. Are you looking on your... So specifically, where are you looking for this information? Are you looking for
my little computer?
Okay, so you're not looking in the Guan Yu specific libraries. You're trying to key into Starfleet's subspace sort of information, right?
Yeah, but Wikipedia for Starfleet. I'm not trying to circumvent
You're not going
anything.
deep.
Yeah.
But okay. Go ahead and give me. I'm still going to require a command roll. Go ahead and give me presence command. Difficulty of 1, I'll say.
Starfleet Protocol?
Yeah, I'll give it to you. Alright.
I'm gonna need
no
those.
more easy rolls for you fuckers. Okay. Okay. Just roll crits. That's cool. Yeah, you get a good amount of information. I'll ask. I'll give you more with the 2 crits that you rolled.
I'm
but
specifically looking for his posting history. Ships he served on, available mission data.
Mm-hmm. You see that Admiral Yannick... let me pull up my notes here. So you see that Admiral Yannick, he is, well, number one, you get biographical data. You see that he is 1/4 Vulcan. Okay. He has a pretty long Starfleet career. It's like 23. I would say that he's been in Starfleet for 4 decades now. Coming up to his 5th decade, actually, in Starfleet. He rose from enlisted. He gained his commission as an engineer, went up the ranks of the engineers, was assigned as the chief engineer of a ship that was heavily involved in the Cardassian War, Starfleet Cardassian War. You see that throughout that he was on board this ship. Let me pull up the name of it. I have everything in a notepad. I just don't have it ready right now. You see, it's the USS Hephaestus that he was attached to. The Hephaestus, in one battle, you see that this record of this battle is in one of the major offensives of the war. The entire command staff was killed by pretty much a torpedo blast that blasted. The shields were down, and the Cardassians saw this weakness and pretty much bombed the bridge of the Hephaestus, giving Admiral Yannick command. You see that he was able to then coordinate the attack and sort of get his first taste of command in a victory over the Cardassians. Since then, engineering didn't really... You get the feeling that after he wet his lips with command, he sort of left behind his previous engineering career and went full into command route. You see that he was reassigned to a different ship, where he was the first officer, put on the red shirt, was after 2 or 3 years given his commission as a captain, was a captain of the USS Arlington for a while. That was a science vessel primarily, near the Typhon Expanse. Then he was given his stars, pretty much. Was based on Earth for a while. And you see that after this posting opened up, Starfleet Command gave him the commission because of his experience in deep space outposts.
Okay. Can you pull up the mission profiles and mission log of the Arlington? I'm done. You don't have to.
Okay. I have one prepared.
I'll take it.
Yeah, you see a lot of what the USS Arlington was doing was pretty much just doing like one ship in the middle of just a full expanse of uncharted space. Typhon Expanse is pretty much was the new thing before the Shackleton Expanse. It's just a big bunch of space. He assisted in... You see a couple of different logs regarding a lot of subspace anomalies. You see that on the Arlington, make an insight command roll. I'll say difficulty of... I'll give you a variable difficulty challenge. I'll give you 2 through 4. There's something about the log of the Arlington that's giving you a bad feeling.
Do I have an applicable focus?
Let me look.
I'm thinking focus number 3.
Depending on the color of the 3 or 5 would be you declare which focus you're using, and then it will color my answer.
I'll go with 5.
5? Okay.
Yeah.
And what difficulty would you like to select?
I'm going to select difficulty 4.
Difficulty 4. Okay.
I'm
Are you buying any dice?
Yeah, I'll buy with momentum and buy with threat.
Okay.
1 momentum, 2 threat.
Oh, cool. 4 dice. Go ahead and give me a roll. Okay. Yeah, that is right on the button. You start running into more and more redacted information. Some of them have just like broad classification, which you, if you wanted to, probably could access a good amount of it.
Yeah.
A lot of it has like engineering sort of stuff, like headings on it. There are 2 or 3 files with heavy classification that are in regards to that have Starfleet intelligence markings on them.
Okay, perfect. And I will continue to peruse files until my door chime.
But at that time,
Enter.
You see in front of you the bullion, Lieutenant Commander Creighton. Around the same, I'm not. Time is weird, timey-wimey. We had a week of downtime, I think, on the way here. So, yeah, currently seems to be on duty. You see, sort of black sort of stains on Creighton's gold uniform. Oops. One moment. How do I get rid of this? Okay, there you go. Yes, Commander. What did you need?
Well, we're about to hit DS Fortitude in the next few hours, so just wanted to check in with you. Based on what I've been reading, Lieutenant Commander Kelly's been kind of working you like an ensign.
Yes, that has been the impression that I've got. Honestly, I'm just glad to keep busy. A big part of my focus was figuring out what the hell is going on with that replicator. I replaced pretty much every component of it, and it would just not stop just flowing out honey. I like replaced the power converter, and the power converter like shorted out, and then it was fine. I don't know. I think it might just be the standard components of that replicator, like bay that it's attached to. That I removed the honey program. Everything should be fine. So computer, black coffee, hot, and you hear. Oh, actually, before she says that, she says, "Computer engineering override, activate replicator." She puts in her engineering override codes, and you see the replicator hums back to life, and she calls the black coffee, and the black coffee appears as it normally does.
Okay, I'll walk over and grab it.
You touch it, it is blistering hot.
Okay, yep. Just gonna leave that there.
Oh, okay. Is it too hot?
Yeah, that's too hot.
Okay.
It's fine.
Okay. All right.
The doctor's been telling me to lay off anyway. So, sit. Stay.
Yeah, Creighton sits down.
I called you in here for a few reasons. One, I owe you an apology.
That just seems not correct, but okay. You exploded.
Yes, and the first thought that went through my mind when I came out of the doctor's sedation was that you were trying to kill me. First, you tried to offer me some sulfuric acid, and then I blew up. So, I do owe you an apology. I'd like to blame the drugs, but nope.
Okay. Creighton. Creighton looks taken aback, and just is not going to say anything until you're done speaking.
Yeah. Out here, just about everything has been trying to kill us, so you were the new entity, and I apologize for jumping the gun. Obviously, we didn't do anything about it. But it was literally the first thought that went through my head, and I need to work on that. Second, what are your plans after we get you back to DS Fortitude?
I have... Creighton sits and thinks for a second. Well, I suppose it depends on a number of different things. Number one, I mean, if I'm going officer, that would be nice. I'm assuming a demotion will take place. I'm assuming I'll be reassigned. I don't know where, but
Well, I'd like you to seriously consider finding a ship to serve on. I think this happened because you've been stuck in the fleet yard for so long. Now, I'm not in any way in charge of your career. This is just some ideas I've been floating around. But you need a bit of more hands-on experience, for lack of a better term. Now, on the other side of that, you've met Lieutenant Commander Kelly. She could use a bit more of your decorum. Honestly, if I could keep you both, I would. But something tells me that's not going to happen.
yeah. I do have to say that if it was my choice, if I was making command decisions for this area, Kelly is a fantastic engineer. There's no denying that. Kelly has a way of thinking about technology that it's so theoretical, it's not theoretical.
Yeah.
I'm all about the theory. I'm standing in front of a board designing warp field stress calibrations. Yeah.
And that's why I say you should look into a posting with a little more hands-on. Then you can take that experience back to the board and apply it. Because I would really love to see what Guan Yu 2 does. Assuming, of course, all the replicators work.
Yeah, I really don't know what the issue is with that. It's only that replicator.
Yeah.
I guess it's like the ship metaphor. You ever heard of that? Like, I took out pretty much every component of it. I guess it's just its own entity now.
That's okay. I'm considering how much work it would be to unbolt this entire room and just let it float off into space with that replicator. Because I don't think the carpet's ever not going to be sticky.
Yeah, I don't know. I think there's a command crewman outside. I think trying to work up the courage to come in here to go through carpet options with you. I don't know if. Sorry. I don't know if that's something that you're prepared for at this point, but
I'm just going to hit my comm badge. Nishizumi, is there a crewman lurking outside my door?
Nishizumi, back on the bridge. Sorry.
Yeah.
You see crewman Grisk, who normally is at the tactical station, is standing outside with a data pad, just sort of like trying to look everywhere else other than the ready room.
Pause. Hold of that thought, Captain. Grisk, get back to your station.
Yep. Sorry.
And she gives her the infamous death glare at him.
Oh, jeez.
Now,
Okay.
Captain, yes, there was someone sitting there, standing outside. It was crewman Grisk.
Just tell him to send the data to my terminal and I'll look at it someday.
Very well. Grisk? Crewman Grisk?
Yes.
Yep. She first of all, she lightens her normal tone, yeah. She lightens it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Can you please send your data over to the captain, please? The captain would
Yes.
like to have that data, please.
Yes, sir. And back in the ready room. Sorry, just had to get that over with. You on your like little tiny weird laptop computer thing get many different swatches of exactly the same color to you.
I'm just gonna turn the monitor. Your replicator ruined it. What color should I pick?
Those appear. I mean, I've never claimed to have any sense of aesthetics. Those all look very, very similar.
Works for me, and without turning the screen around, I'm just gonna reach over and touch one. Okay. Well, we should be arriving at DS Fortitude shortly. I'm sure Admiral Yannick will be wanting to talk with each of us.
Yeah. Commander, I
Take the rest of the time that we have. Relax. Get some less oil-stained uniforms on.
Mhm.
And it was a short but pleasurable mission with you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, sir. Creighton stands, sort of, her feet sticking to the carpet slightly. Okay. And walks out. All right.
I miss
A
my
sigh.
job.
I just want to be behind the tactical console, please. All right.
Alright.
Back on the bridge. Everybody is where they are normal. There. There. Kesha is still in surgery. There was an engineering crewman that got the brunt of a explosion. That happened to have happened. We're gonna actually put Commander Kelly. Dune is in the middle of a diagnostic of some of the docking procedures. So he's actually down in engineering, and so you would be on the bridge.
Okay.
Okay. So, as Nishizumi, as you sort of take the ship out of warp, actually, no. The first thing that happens, Commander Kelly, as you're approaching the system where Deep Space Fortitude is, go ahead and give me a sensors roll, please. Go ahead and give me reason science.
You want me doing that, or
No, Kelly. I meant to say Kelly. It's been a little bit. Kelly, go ahead and give me a sensors roll. Reason science.
Reason science, okay.
Yep.
Do I have any applicable focuses to this?
Have any scanning technology or
We got electronic warfare.
weirdly, I'll take it.
We also have advanced sensor suites. Reduce that difficulty, please.
That difficulty is already reduced.
Huzzah!
Alright, here we go.
Alright. One momentum generated. Kelly, as you're starting to approach the system, you sort of you're up at this operation console tuning the EW systems. That amount of subspace sort of chatter around Deep Space Fortitude has increased substantially. There appear to be a lot of people speaking over subspace communication. Most of them do not have a Starfleet designation.
Can I ID them?
Yes. Would you like to spend a momentum?
Sure.
The starbase does have civilians on board, right? Because I'm pretty sure civilians are allowed on Starfleet starbases.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah,
and things like that.
It has. It's not necessarily a center of trade and commerce like DS9 is, but it's a deep space outpost. You'll have some Klingon and Orion traders stop in from time to time. You'll have some Ferengi, of course, but the majority of the sort of composition of Deep Space Fortitude is Starfleet personnel.
Okay, I was just curious.
Mhm.
Because
Yeah.
DS9 has quite a few civilians on board and quite a few restaurants opened up and stuff. So I was just curious.
Oh yeah. To give you sort of an idea of difference in scale, D Space Nine is a scale 12 station. D Space Fortitude is scale 7.
Yikes! Sorry.
I'm sorry. Scale 8.
Scale 8. Okay, so Fortitude is way smaller.
Oh yeah, it's a deep space outpost. So Narendra is, I believe, a scale 11. Narendra is a much more traffic base.
And Earth Space Dock is what kind of scale? And
I believe it is like scale 14 or 15. Okay. It's huge. That people live there full time. People are stationed and live there, and it's a center for trade and commerce. It's the center of the Federation.
Right. Pretty much at the capital of the Federation, basically.
Literally, yeah. So not only does it have Starfleet stuff, it has Federation administrative stuff. But anyway, Commander Kelly, you are sensing on open frequencies. Number one, you get the designations of the majority of the space traffic as Klingon. And by a huge amount of clutter, you're guesstimating there are 2 dozen Klingon ships in the system that you can detect.
Captain?
Mm-hmm.
There's a small fleet of Klingon ships around Deep Space Fortitude.
Okay.
I'm not picking up any hostilities, but they're sure chatting a lot.
Alright. Well, we could either roll in guns blazing and guarantee they become hostile, or let's just go about our business, but thanks for the heads up.
Wasn't the Kittimer Accords at this point in time already signed?
Your characters are not aware of the status of the Kittimer Accords at this point.
Okay.
I'm not reading any weapons fire.
Okay, then let's go in under the white flag of peace. Nishizumi, bring us out of warp.
Understood.
All right. Just so I know, what is the official status of the ship as we're going in?
Normal.
Normal? Okay. Yeah, Nishizumi nacelles go back to their impulse position. In front of you, or around as you sort of get closer to the Space Fortitude, orbiting the station and orbiting the planet that the station is in the orbit of, you detect of various classes, sizes, and scales around 2 dozen Klingon ships. A lot of them are bird of prey, so a lot of them are your scale. Some of them are even smaller, like some small craft as well. You do detect what appears to be I was about to say the Deerdex, but let me get my Klingon names right.
Negvar. Well, there's
the one lower than that.
Vorcha,
yes. You detect docked to the station itself, not 1, not 2, but 3 Vorcha class attack cruisers. They are in docked formation. The only other Starfleet presence that you can see in the system is Deep Space Fortitude itself and the USS Venture, which is a Galaxy class. The Venture is docked to the 4th slot. There is only 1 more docking slot open.
Okay. Nishizumi, head for that open slot. Kelly, just discreetly, has there been any type of weapon fire? Are we walking into they control our station situation, or are they visiting?
Well, sir, I think if they controlled the station, they would have attempted to intercept us. Or at least opened fire when we dropped out of warp.
Speaking of which, you're being hailed.
Okay. Just making sure. On screen.
In front of you is a Klingon Klingon male face long dreaded hair. You see on Kelly on your sensors two of the two. Oh God, I'm sucking it up. Hang on one second. Just pulling up my notes here. My computer is going so slow.
So let me guess. They're gonna say welcome to some random Klingon starbase name.
It's very funny. You see two Brel class bird of preys come in and lock in on an intercept course. Just for you, they are currently at long range. The one to your port is hailing you.
Okay.
USS Guan Yu. This is the Klingon attack ship Dreklach. What is your intention in this system?
Afternoon, Dreadlock. Well, our intention was to dock back at our station. We weren't expecting this kind of welcoming committee.
You may dock at your discretion, Commander. And the Klingon ends the hail.
Thank you. You heard the Klingon, Nishizumi. Please, dock.
How kind of them to give us permission.
Indeed. Takes she takes her in.
I have a feeling we were called back for more than just certain events that happened recently that we don't want to talk about anymore.
Lieutenant Nishizumi, fingers playing across the alcove, you bring the USS Guan Yu back into the only open slot. Busy time here at Deep Space Fortitude. And with that, we are going to take our first break of the night. For that here, Torg, I know you're being very, very patient with us.
It's all good.
You are going to be coming right in here.
No worries.
So, thank you so much for your patience. We're going to take a 15-minute break now, so going to come back 8 o'clock my time, whatever your time it is. So, catch you back soon.
Okay.
Okay.
Awesome. That gives me time for me to finish my meal.
Guess I'll go do a daily in Star Trek Online.
Speaking about STO, what have they changed in that game now? I understood there was like a new update.
They added the next story episode and revealed who the Mirror Terran Emperor is.
Let me guess. It's the mirror version of that Bajoran lady.
Nope. It's Wesley fucking Crusher.
Oh hell no!
Oh hell yes!
The annoying guy from the Enterprise D.
Hell yes!
Oh god, he was like literally the most annoying character on that show.
That was not Will Wheaton's fault.
No, it's not. It's not. It's just the people who wrote the story. The actor did a great job, but he was the most annoying character. But
yeah.
However, though, my favorite scene though with him was Picard telling him to shut up. That was my most favorite part of the entire series.
Will Wheaton disagrees just because he's heard that so fucking often. But yeah, Emperor Wesley Crusher is kind of awesome.
Well, that's good.
He's attempting to merge with V'ger and become a god.
With feature?
Yes. Okay, correction. With Mirror V'ger.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's going to get a little worse.
Yeah!
Just think of how he's going to react when he finds out that our version of Crusher is already a god.
Right? It's not
Why?
fair!
It's not fair. Shut up, Mirror Wesley.
I do love the Section 31 ships.
Mm-hmm.
Just wish they weren't fucking lockbox ships.
Aw.
Speaking about lockbox ships, I did get the Kelvin Dreadnought from that game. From
Oh, nice.
Lockboxes. Yeah, it's an awesome ship. I love it.
Yeah, the JJ prize?
Yeah, the JJ Dreadnought.
Well, there's two dreadnoughts. There's the Command Dreadnought and the Intel Dreadnought. So,
it's. Oh,
is it the white one or the black one?
It's the black one.
Okay. Yeah,
the big old ship that's kind of like the size of a Star Destroyer. Which, no joke, apparently there are some guys who did like a size comparison, and turns out that ship is like the size of a Star Destroyer from Star Wars.
Yep. Yeah, that ship also has a really useful trait.
Yeah, I got that one. That one's I love that ship. That ship is fun. It's sad it doesn't have a spinal phaser lance, but it does, however, have those broadside cannons and a hanger, and does have a built-in cloaking device. So,
and its drones are pretty handy too.
Yeah, those drones are really nice.
I'm really fond of the Section 31 ship swarm mode. It basically renders me immune to targetable torpedoes and mines because it auto-attacks things based on proximity.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's awesome. It just kind of annoys me that they're as big as they are, because looking at them, they really seem like they shouldn't be that big.
They do seem kind of big.
Yeah, like, this ship has the layout of a Miranda, seems like it'd be the size of one... Nah, this motherfucker's like the size of a Galaxy class. She huge. Oh, I also got an Odyssey to drift, so that's fun.
How do you manage to do that?
RCS boosting consoles.
Damn, how many of them did you get?
One.
Gold.
Gold.
Oh, because I got one fleet one, and that was kind of how I managed to get my Yamato managed to get a fairly decent maneuverability, and then I just put like a whole bunch of armor consoles on it.
Nice.
So it's pretty resilient. It can tank quite a bit, even if the shields are down.
Yeah, I put it on a Lexington refit because, well, if I'm gonna have a spinal laser, I really should be able to bring that fucker to bear, you know?
Right. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, I also have that as well to take advantage of the cannons. Because I got the quad phaser cannons on mine, Yamato.
Nice.
Got a cloaking device on her too, which the cloaking device kind of takes the console spot, which is very disappointing. But
Yeah.
it's
Why
handy.
did my swarm undeploy? Get back out there, you bums. I still haven't chosen my event reward ship.
Which event?
The most recent have any one lockbox ship event thing. I have a choice of any one lockbox ship, 2 tier 6 ship tokens, or 1500 Lobi. And I have no idea which thing I'm going to pick. They did recently release a yet another Miranda variant.
How
Golly
many
gee.
Miranda variants do they already have? Like,
I think they're at 6 now?
damn. Jeez.
But the trait on this one is interesting because it's a click power, not a passive.
A click power. I'm sorry. That sounds interesting. Okay.
Yeah. What it does is it briefly greatly increases your turn rate and sets your crit rate to 100.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, so
That just sounds...
When
I'm
you
looking
want to
forward
say
to pairing
fuck
that
you
with
to the guy
surgical
directly
strikes.
behind you.
Yeah, that just sounds hilariously overpowered right there.
Yeah, it's certainly. I haven't tested it yet, but it doesn't seem a slouch. Why am I the only one in this TFO who knows what the fuck they're doing? My God.
Oh, you know, I've had that problem one time, and it was in a Borg. It was one of the Borg ones.
I'm playing a Jupiter Eratus. I have been holding down this one holo projector on my own. The other 4 people, I don't know what they're doing, but the other 2 holo projectors have been captured.
There was one. I was in a Borg STF one time. It was the ground one. Which one it was? The Hive, I think was that one. I believe is what it was called. It was the ground one. So being there, I was with a team of people who really had no idea what the hell they were doing. Only one person knew what they were doing. Other than me, there was one other person there who knew what he was doing. But he's one of those people where he knows what he's doing, but he just starts calling everyone out for just not doing what they're supposed to be doing. Like,
Oh, an asshole.
yeah, he was basically being an asshole about it, and he pretty much quit. When we pretty much, I believe, failed all the optionals basically, and so he basically quit in the middle of it. I stayed behind, and I was like, okay, guys, I understand that you guys are probably new at this, so let me go ahead and show you guys what you're supposed to be doing. And showed him. I showed him the ropes and how to do it, even though we were down a guy, and we managed to actually complete it. I mean, just all the optionals failed, but at least it's completed. And so I messaged that guy who left. I was like, "Hey, we actually completed that without you."
Yep, serves you fucking right, asshole. Yeah, I've noticed that FF14 doesn't have those people.
Hmm.
The worst I've seen from FF14 was someone say, so it's going to be one of those days. That's the worst I've seen. And the dude then proceeded to explain the mission's mechanics in detail for us.
I mean, that's actually not bad at all.
Yeah, I have
I
not
really
met a
wished-
kinder player base.
I really wished we had more players like that, or more players that I ran into. That is, like that, because there were
But if
there were
you
a
get them,
couple.
then they
who
won't be
were-
in Final Fantasy anymore, and then we'll be sad. Even though I'm not playing that anymore either.
No,
It's fun. I like it.
I was playing it, and then I went away on this trip. And this trip is 2 weeks of Destiny once a year.
now I've played Destiny, but I only played it once and haven't gone back to it again. That was mainly because I had an old computer and that it just couldn't run it.
Yeah.
But now I have a newer computer, slightly newer. I'm curious if I should go back to the game.
If you like the loot and shoot. I only play it for 2 weeks a year because one of the guys I travel with plays it, so we just spend the week one gearing me up, and then we do a bunch of raids and we leave. And then I don't play for another year.
I have to ask, do you show up just for the Halloween theme bit?
No, it's not on yet.
Oh, okay. Because I totally fucking would.
No, this annual trip is designed so we don't have to drive through the mountains in snow, but it has to be, we can't be up here during the summer because we're staying in a cadet camp, but there are kids, so you can't be here when the rooms are all full, it's all fucky. So there's like a very small window when we can actually do this trip. It just happens to be the fall.
Ah, fair enough.
We used to go a little later because one of the guys who went had kids, and he wanted to get them in school before he left, but this year his youngest is his first year in school, so he decided to stay back. I'm like, sweet, we can leave early. And I'll be home late Thursday if I don't die in the mountains.
I'd appreciate you not dying in the mountains.
I've got plans that have nothing to do with me dying in the mountains.
Good.
Figured I had to put that little asterisk there.
Yeah. Destiny... I played the shit out of Destiny 1 on the PlayStation 4. I played the shit out of Destiny 2 for a while, but I really don't like the way they monetized it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember
I just can't do
playing the fucking open beta for the weekend it was available for the first Destiny. And I remember making a friend just fucking cry with laughter by running into a group of Fallen as a Smasher Titan
Yep.
and screaming, "Hey guys, you remind me of some assholes I'm gonna kill!" and striking.
We were in a raid last night, and I'm the mechanics guy. I don't worry about my stats or any of that. Like, point me at the door you need opened, it'll be open. You need me to taunt that thing, I've taunted. You need me to... whatever. If it's a mechanic, I got it. And I died. And like, what the fuck happened? I remembered I was a Titan. And I punched a thrall. And they just started laughing.
Whoopsie doodle!
Oh look, mobile C4. It'd be a shame if I punched it.
Yep. Truly tragic.
Yeah, AFK again. My beer has a rather large hole in it, and I missed to mend it. So, good news.
Liar.
Oh no, this is great news.
I'm going to be off comps for a minute. Be right back.
Right up.
With all of the Klingons floating around, Admiral Yannick is going to be too busy to care about me.
Oh,
This is a
oh,
good
you
thing.
really think so, do you?
Uh-huh.
Apologies, everybody.
Oh, he
We
came back for
that. Sorry. My food. I was waiting for my DoorDash order, and now my DoorDash order came, and my Panda Express was not correct, but I ate it anyway.
Good man.
Oh, that's lame.
Very Canadian of you.
Whatever. Not the-
Not only
I'm
is my
not-
order wrong, I'm tipping you.
Yeah. Enjoy your very good tip. Delivery person's fault. It's not like I can complain directly to Panda Express. Well, I could, but I won't. Anyways, back on the action. Last where we left off.
Before we...
Sorry.
Nishizumi is comms quiet right now. That matters.
Oh. Okay. Com's quiet.
Yeah, he just literally said like AFK right before you showed back up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay. Well, we shall wait until he arrives. What
What else did I send you? Oh yeah. We... See, I was at work. I have access to a laser engraver, and I was engraving something. When I looked at the plastic, and saw how shiny it was, and I'm like, So I quickly text Jax like, "You think I should make the Guan Yu plaque and mail it to the GM?" He's like, "Yes." I'm like, okay, now I need to figure out how to get his address without letting him know why.
Dick
Mission
Dragon.
Mission successful. Because
One
you
time
know,
Stick Dragon coming up, and you just because you had a new job, you have a desk, and you're like, "Oh, could you send me something from my desk, a little trinket?" Absolutely. Everything is red because it was just a test roll that came with the machines.
right. I love the frog with the little stick.
Yeah, so run it across his spines, like down.
Yeah, I know.
It makes a rivet. Yeah. Hilariously, I think that frog used more plastic than the D20.
Yeah, and it's like hardy.
Yeah,
You know
because
what
I
I
had to do 90% infill, whereas the D20 is like 20%.
Right. Well, Torg, do you? I mean, I know you're just kind of watching. Are you having fun? I hope I'm not wasting your
Yeah, no.
Saturday night.
I've taken in several Guan Yu episodes this way. So this time I get to kibitz along as you go. So
Well, that's that's awesome. You may be the only person who's ever watched one of those. So we appreciate it.
I love that my work was appreciated.
Well, yeah,
I'm like,
Yeah, like-
one person watched for the first 5 minutes. Thank you, metrics. Could have just said one.
Yeah.
No, you didn't have to tell me they stopped. How are you going to improve? I don't want to improve.
okay.
Oh, yeah. Some random
let me
logger.
see. Is there? Okay, there is a DS Fortitude. Oh,
I keep wanting the carpet swatches to come from Starfleet IKEA.
well, I'm glad that you're enjoying it. I'm just like
They come out of special replicators that replicate the parts but not assembled.
mhm.
That's right. What model desk is that? Oh, that's the Kirk.
the Q
The Kirk.
QU a U with umlaut.
Yes. You need some umlaut on there.
Trying to get an idea of what all. Conference room? Meeting room.
Oh wow.
What? You wondering how Yannick got his hands on
Cyberpunk
it?
2077 hit 85,500 concurrent players on Steam a couple hours ago.
Yes, they did.
I am so happy that game is getting its second chance.
I might actually go back.
It really deserves it.
Yes, it did. It does. I'm assuming they fixed a bunch of shit.
Oh, yeah, and they've expanded shit, and
Oh, good.
the Cyberpunk Edgerunners anime is apparently the second coming of Cyberpunk Jesus.
Yeah, you lost me in anime.
Okay, you might want to actually watch Edgerunners. I have
I
heard
am
nothing
actually planning
bad
to
about
watch it.
Edgerunners from people who hate anime. So
Yeah, no, I'm actually planning to watch it because I did enjoy Cyberpunk.
yeah, and one of the reasons I'm looking forward to watching it is to track down those locations in game.
So,
Because the devs have said they hid Easter eggs there.
oh, nice.
Mhm.
So just the tracking down. Now that I've gotten into 3D printing, I was on the 3D printer subreddit, and some guy had a giant box of Fallout bobbleheads. And I'm like, ooh, I want these. But that's not the important bit. The important bit is he prints these every few years, paints them, goes to Washington, and leaves them all in the appropriate locations for people to find.
Oh, I love that!
No.
Minus the ones that would be war crimes. He just leaves those nearby.
I am back.
That's amazing! I want to
Yeah.
give them a hug!
Mm-hmm.
Alright, I tried installing it and then Steam crashed.
What, Cyberpunk?
Yeah. Thank you, Steam.
But you have a Mac now, so you can watch other people play it.
Wah, wah. only my work computer is a Mac. I am still Windows through and through, but I will thank Mac for fucking up all of my keyboard shortcuts. Because now my first instinct when I'm copying and pasting is Alt C. And of course, a Windows computer is like, what the fuck did you just do? That's not a real thing. So I'm like, why isn't it working? And then I look down.
Here's
And
what you
then
do, right? You get a programmable keyboard, and you program all of those shortcuts.
No.
You spend hours of your life to unfuck yourself.
No. No, sorry. I'm not that project. I'm not as project driven as you are.
Don't judge me.
I'm not sick like you.
Believe us, we consider it a boon.
Right. Yannick token.
Your project drivenness is a great gift to us and this game.
Truly.
I
It
love
should-
everything,
no,
I love
it
everything
truly
about
is.
GMing minus the actual GMing. Like, yay.
Some guy.
So what happened since I was gone?
Truly
we've been
nothing. We were
bullshitting.
waiting.
Uh,
So, that's not a big deal. I literally came in right as you left, I think. So, all right. Last we left off, you were docking at the station.
Mhm.
As soon as you dock,
There'd be a few
You
things
res-
I'd like to say before we dock.
yes. Oh, as you're okay.
I'm going to turn to Lieutenant Zeg. Zeg, secure all the important areas. You know what? You know what to do. Secure all the important areas. Teams of 2, armed. Do not shoot, and for whatever reason, unless shot at. Kelly, I'm leaving you here. Should you detect anything, blow the airlock and get this ship out of here. Within reason. You know what?
Yeah, you see crewman Grist turns and looks at you and just sort of settles himself back in his chair.
Oh, don't worry, Mr. Diplomatic Attaché. You're probably coming with me.
Okay. Crewman Grist stands up. I'm sorry, Commander. Should I wear a phaser?
No.
Okay. He puts the phaser back down in its station.
Diplomatic Attaché instantly goes for a phaser.
A smart one, sir.
fair.
I too would have to agree with the phaser being armed. Him being armed is not a bad idea.
Especially with Klingons, sir. Wearing weapons is going to be expected.
And besides, they're all going to be armed with a deck tang anyway.
Yeah, no, we're good. And Grisk, just in the future, if you do want to go to a diplomatic thing with a phaser, go for the Type 1. It fits in the pocket.
Right. You're right. Lieutenant Mitchell turns around and says, "Sir, we're being hailed by seems to be Admiral Yannick's office. He is currently in his conference room and is requesting presence of appears to be yourself, sir, Commander Kelly, Lieutenant Commander Creighton. I believe Nishizumi is also being ordered to come as well."
Okay, so he wants command staff, but he's leaving the doctor. Well, that's awfully nice of him. Zeg, you have the bridge. Grisk, you dodged a bullet.
Yeah, so so anything else to do on the ship before we head out?
Nope.
Okay.
Took all my trump cards off the bridge with me.
Okay. As you guys begin walking onto the ship, you sort of get through towards sort of the center area of the of the starbase, sort of by where the elevator is to go up to ops. There is a noticeable Klingon presence. You see that there appears to be Klingons around every corner. They're all dressed in their typical armor, which is their uniform. Every single one of them has a disruptor pistol on their hips. They all have a knife on them. They appear to be just walking and talking. They're noticeably quiet as you guys walk through the halls. As you continue moving.
Are they looking at us, or are they looking at us with a concern, or like what is the mood amongst these Klingons?
Cool. Insight security. Nishizumi.
I was going to ask it, but you wanted it. You have it, buddy.
Insight security. I'll say difficulty 1.
Tactics and strategy is the focus.
Let me look at your focuses here.
I have astro navigation, composure, armored vehicles, helm ops, intimidation, and I'm not really trying to intimidate anyone here. So
okay, great. So you're not trying to intimidate the Klingons.
Yeah,
Just making sure. I'll take.
Good idea.
I want to watch the 4-foot tank enthusiast take on a fleet of Klingons.
I'll say the other focus. Go ahead and
which one that would be? Tactics, strategy?
Yeah, tactics and strategy and composure was both.
Alright. Oh, good. Insight's actually not bad at all on my side. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. What was the difficulty?
The difficulty 1.
Alright, I'll just roll as is.
Okay. Momentum generated. These Klingons, Nishizumi is kind of a young officer still. Hasn't had a lot of experience dealing with Klingon. The only experience that Nishizumi really has in dealing with them is in some random diplomatic stuff that happens back when you guys were more firm allies. In general, they are usually very rambunctious and loud, even when they're on duty. These Klingons appear to be not businesslike, but professional. They appear to be here on a job.
Looks like these Klingons and I will get along just fine.
For the moment. Yep. For the moment.
As you're walking by, you sort of, Nishizumi, you sort of looking at this Klingon as you walk by, and the Klingon looks you up and down and does not regard you, and you all continue walking.
Nishizumi has always the usual serious face.
Mm-hmm.
The very, very serious face. Just the professional serious face. She always has that kind of face. So.
Okay.
Cersei's just munching on some Pocky.
Sir, should put that away before we enter the conference room.
You do remember he's my old commanding officer and is well aware of the fact that I constantly have snacks, right?
Yep, but just for a few minutes. Figure what the room's like.
Pretty sure it's going to have 4 walls and a roof, sir.
Admiral Yannick, you walk into the conference room. Commander Edwards telling Nishizumi. Here at
Nishizumi just stands at attention until notified.
Behind you is Commander Creighton. I believe that's everybody.
He doesn't salute because there's other higher ranking people here. So.
I see. Commander Creighton looks at you and just
because in the military you don't salute when there's other people higher ranking with you. If they're with you, they can salute for you. So
I don't think me and you are just on two different planes of what Creighton is. Creighton's looking at you and looking at you up and down, and Creighton just looks over at you, Edwards, as you're walking in and just says, "That's so formal. I don't understand it. Because this,
yeah, we're working on it."
Oh, okay. Standing next.
Go ahead.
Standing next to Admiral Yannick is another captain wearing sort of a gray coat with the 4 pins of a captain next on his neck. I hear everybody holding their breath. Where does everybody sit?
I will walk over to the Admiral. Admiral? Yeah, well, and I'm dead. Cool. It was a trap all along.
The Admiral just like kills you right there. He's so unhappy with you, so he just kills you right here.
And I'm dead.
That's how it goes!
Because my token got shunted out of the airlock.
Okay. Yeah, Lieutenant Commander Creighton's going to sit here. Nishizumi, where are you sitting?
Well, I guess she will sit. I can't. Can you guys see that?
Yep. Yes.
All right, just sit there. Yes.
Okay. Yannick goes, "Have a seat, Edwards."
Actually, a second thought, she's going to sit closer to Edwards.
Okay, move your token.
You sure I blow up a lot?
Wild. Yannick looks at you, Edwards, and says, "Edwards, are you recovered?"
Yes, sir. Thank you for your concern.
I happen to read from your reports that it was an explosion of a replicator. Is that right?
That's correct.
And do we know the reason why your eye is green, or are we just gonna?
We're working on that, sir. It was thoroughly damaged in the explosion. And the doctor is currently trying to figure out why.
What he means by thoroughly damaged is destroyed, sir.
If it was destroyed, you actually hear this captain, who has not been introduced, speak up. If your eye was destroyed, Commander, how is it that you now have not only an eye, but an eye of a different color?
The running theory is when they were rebuilding my eye, I had no frame of reference on which DNA to pull from. My mother's eyes were actually Irish green.
And by they, you mean one of the two AI that was created and placed in the holodecks of your ship, correct?
That
That is correct.
would not be accurate. We only have accidentally created one AI. The other was rescued, sir. And is not so much an artificial intelligence as an organic intelligence that has been transferred to a technological medium.
I see. Abrianic speaks up and goes, right. I suppose introductions are in order. Everybody, this is Captain Sloan. Captain Sloan here is taking over as the commanding officer on the USS Venture. The Venture will be here and stationed here during the building of this brand new partnership that we have. We have some interesting news to provide for you in a debriefing sort of sense. I will be following up on the matter with Commander Creighton after this meeting. Creighton, you may remain here, but just know that some of this may or may not pertain to you, depending on the next meeting. Creighton looks up and says, "Yes, sir." So, is there anything that you left out of your complete report, Commander?
No, Admiral.
Kelly?
Sir?
Anything out of yours?
No, sir.
Well, and I understand that there will probably be some protest to this, my next order, but just know that my orders are being carried out as I speak. The two whatever intelligences that are aboard your vessel are being removed as I speak. The intelligence known as Sunny is the designation in your computer, correct?
Yes.
Yes. Sunny will be relocated to a medium that will provide them with the safety that they require as a member of a species that we've already interfered with. Unfortunately, there are some prime directive concerns that I'm concerned about. This Acclivius program will be removed from your ship as well.
And where is Acclivius going, sir?
I'm afraid that's classified, Commander.
What prime directive concerns?
This, I have to say, is not an order that I am giving. It is an order that I have been handed to carry out. That was the concerns that were brought to me by the Federation Council and the Federation Science Academy. That they need to bring in this being for further study, and my next piece of news may shed light on why. About 6 hours ago now, all-out and complete war has broken out between the Federation and the Dominion. The Dominion attacked our outpost near the Bajoran wormhole, Deep Space Nine. We have, unfortunately, surrendered our position there. they have taken command of the station.
Would I be correct in assuming then, sir, that our war with the Klingons is over?
That was my second point. Since we are far away from the fighting, but we are very close to our Klingon counterparts, the station will be serving as a resupply zone and as a... It is one of our flanks. From your... And we're running into another classified matter, unfortunately. Your previous missions, I will say, have provided us with some fear as to the capabilities of the Dominion to access this area of the space as well. We've already seen their presence here on a number of occasions. We need to make sure that this flank isn't a problem. And that's our main objective. This station will be a Federation and Klingon outpost, same as Narendra. So expect a severely heightened Klingon presence. I'm sure you were probably intercepted on your way in.
We were. They were very accommodating.
I'm sure they were. Also, I have a new crew assignment for you.
Raise an eyebrow.
I'm aware that you are in need of a more... Well, let me just say that you have not necessarily any say in the matter. Our deal along this sort of new Klingon alliance is that there be a Klingon presence on every installation and ship that is tasked to the Shackleton Expand. So, you have a new tactical officer, Commander.
Okay, and who's heading on to their... How many ships was it? 12, 20? So who are we losing to have a Federation representative on each of their ships, sir?
You see the Admiral sort of... Make an inside command roll. I'll say difficulty 2.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy one with momentum, the other with threat.
Okay.
And I'd like to cite focus number 4. Or 6, actually. I'll go with 6. Diplomacy.
Yeah, diplomacy as a focus, yep. How'd you do? Sorry.
I succeeded, but it's not a very nice
Not
number.
very well. Yeah, you're getting the feeling that, just from the way that the Admiral continues, this was a negotiating point for the Klingons. The Federation was granted specific concessions, and the Federation granted Klingon concessions as well. The Klingons wanted to have a presence on our stations, and frankly, we don't have the personnel to, even if we wanted to, which I don't necessarily want to send Starfleet personnel on board their ships.
I hear
We
the
don't
beds are
have-
terrible for your back.
Yes, I've had the displeasure of sleeping on them on more than one occasion. I won't get into it, but they're very small and they're very cramped. Anyways, it is just the one officer. They're not asking to replace your entire... Well, they did ask. They did ask to have an entire security detachment on board your ship, but we got them down to the one officer.
Okay. Just making sure that they're not holding us over a barrel out here.
I think
Well-
we would rather prefer to have more Klingon security detachment, but of course she will just keep her mouth shut.
Keep that to yourself? Okay,
Yeah,
that's good to know.
she'll keep shut.
Well, it was
Admiral...
one way. Go ahead.
Sorry.
I have a question, Admiral. Going back to an earlier point.
Yes, Commander Kelly.
Will I be allowed to keep in touch with Sunny?
For what purpose?
Well, she's a friend, sir.
Give me, give me presence con.
As you take that roll, I'm just going to turn Kelly. As they mentioned, it's a life form, so it wouldn't bar communication.
Is that
like-
Insight Con? Okay, here we go.
Insight con difficulty was going to be 3, and now it's 2 because Edward's helping you.
Yay! I'm gonna buy a dice with momentum.
Cool. Alright. The Admiral looks at you and says, yes, I understand that Sunny has been with you for some time. In some matters, my hands are tied, but I will try my best to allow communication. I'm not sure what they have planned for. I know that one part of Sunny's plan is to hook them up with the Daystrom Institute. There are a couple of science representatives on board the Venture that wanted to study Sunny, as well as perhaps provide her with a body. But I of course, I wouldn't be able to mention that officially.
Yeah.
Matter of
As
fact, I didn't.
long as they don't go treating her like a science experiment, she is a person.
Right.
Which raises the next question.
Mm-hmm.
You can't tell us what they're planning with Oblivious, but it wouldn't be deleting him, would it?
I believe that would be against multiple Federation laws, sir.
Just making sure.
You see Captain Sloan speaks up. Due to our due to our continuing conflicts with the Dominion, we believe that Oblivious could become a resource for us. We do not plan on deleting them. We do intend on seeing what it has to offer.
What it has to offer willingly.
I don't know about you, Commander, but Starfleet has never been in the business of torturing people.
No, but sometimes it's just nice to make sure that's said out loud.
Yes.
You'll have to forgive the captain. He has some very specific views on torture, given that he owns a karaoke machine.
Admiral Yannick looks at you and says, "Was that a joke, Commander Kelly?"
Apparently not, sir.
He looks over at Sloan. Sloan kind of stifles a laugh. Well, that kind of put a damper on the tone of this meeting. Anyways,
Hey, now that I know that our guests are going off to greener pastures, I'm content. So, our new Klingon officer.
yes, I believe that he is currently off duty. I would perhaps look at the Ferengi establishment on the Rebel.
Are there any transfer paperwork for Lieutenant Zeg? I had him slated to take over security full-time as our chief of security.
He will be taking over station security.
That's a big step.
Because the Admiral stops himself. You think he's prepared, right?
Absolutely. I was actually going to recommend it if you were short-handed over here.
Well, we're always short-handed, but I think that Zeg in particular has fiber to deal with some of the Klingon security attachments that we'll have with the ship.
That he does,
on board the
sir.
station. Yes. You are all dismissed, Commander. I would recommend heading down and meeting your new tactical officer post haste. Commander Creighton, if you could stay behind for a moment.
I'll just get his name on the way out.
You're handed a pad.
Perfect. Thank you.
Lieutenant Torg is his name. You see on it has like a picture, like his headshot. Yeah. You're not really given. You're given some biographical information, height.
I'll go through his file later. I just want to go find the guy. Name, height, size, generally where I can find him, which is what the computer's for.
Man, I wish there was a different. I wish we had a bar. Add to the list. Edwards. Can't keep fucking saying
that sigh.
I have handed you 3D representations of most rooms we've used, and you're like, I'm going to start adding rooms. You know what I want? The mop bucket room on subsection C. I want to have a scene there.
I want supply closets, damn it. Give me full deck plans now! Give me 2 seconds. I'm trying to figure out what is the best way to do this. Okay, we're just going to be on the map. That's fine. The better map.
That's what the view screen is for. But right now the view screen is also a map.
You make your way down to the Replimat. At this point, it's probably sometime in the early afternoon, actually. You see sort of some Starfleet people from the Guan you start milling about. You see Lieutenant Zeg sort of waves at you, Edwards, as he goes up to the towards the Ferengi establishment.
I'm just kind of like, didn't I leave him in command of my ship? What the fuck?
I guess Mishizumi will just take up his post that he just abandoned.
Well, that's me forgetting stuff. Anyways, you walk into. Sorry, did I have a name for the Ferengi?
If you did, it's on a different page.
I want you to be the repository of information right now. Become Google. Edward.
I have one tiny monitor. Next week, lots of space.
Toldoc?
Oh, Toldoc, yeah. Hey!
See, he knows where the info is.
Yeah.
The new guy.
Well, I think he might have just watched the episode.
No.
Wow, I feel really bad. Anyway, but you head over to Toldoc's bar. Thank you, Torg. Lieutenant Torg. Number one, if you would please give us. Thank you so much for your patience. It's been 2 hours and we haven't even spoken to you yet. Give me a physical description of your character, please. You'd probably be sitting at the bar, I would say.
Lieutenant Torg, even for a Klingon, is somewhat hefty. He is tall and broad-shouldered. I don't understand why Klingons have eyebrows that sit like on their cranial ridge, so they can't actually do anything. But he has his hair clipped back at the moment. He doesn't have it loose in the traditional Klingon style. He is trying to get used. He read part of the instructions he read said that Starfleet gets a little wiggy about hair getting into things, so he's working on keeping his hair under control. He is currently scowling at a Raktajino and wishing it would become blood wine. And other than that, with the large number of other Klingons around, he is, even as the other Klingons are kind of subdued and quiet, he is silent as stone, staring dutifully at his coffee and not making eye contact with anyone else.
Question. Would you mind if Saoirse tagged along? She's a little curious.
If that's what she... Yeah. If she requests that, I'd say yes.
Awesome.
Yeah, I sorry, I thought you were coming with.
Yeah. Well, you're right. She is.
Everyone's going to be with
Yeah,
him?
we pretty much left the office, and I was heading
Alright.
down there.
So this is sorry, I'm going to take away a moment for a new scene. So you guys are not there yet.
No.
Basically, you're on your way. I'm just with Torg right now in the bar.
Gotcha.
Yeah, they just wanted to make sure they were with me when we get there.
Okay, cool. I was kind of confused by that. Anyways, Torg, you see a snivelly nosed Ferengi bartender who's not Toldok. Toldok is sort of trying to deal with the rowdy, sort of drunk by midday Klingons who are on the other side of the bar. So they would stop destroying his stuff. Put the bottle down. Put it down. Down. Thank you. That's very expensive. You dropped it on the floor. Oh God. Okay. You see a couple of servers go and clean up the third bottle of blood wine in the past 5 minutes that's been dropped on the ground. More blood wine, no more of that swill. Lieutenant Torg, another bartender comes up to you and says, "You're not like any Klingon I know. You don't appear to be having that much fun."
How many Klingons do you know?
Well, I would say around half a dozen. They all seem to be drunk most of the time. You, though, you're just sitting there.
Your cat-like grasp of the obvious astounds me.
Burn. Did you want any alcohol or anything, or did you just want that weird coffee drink that you're drinking?
The Rectogeno will be fine, thank you.
All right. And the Ferengi senses that he is being a nuisance and walks away. Very un-Ferengi of him. You sort of sit there for another bit. You get sort of the Klingons to your right are becoming more and more rowdy, and you see out of the corner of your eye, you see one of them stops and looks at you.
I give this long,
What is your
deep
name?
sigh. I give a long, deep sigh, push my coffee away, stand up, turn around. I am Torg, son of Crone.
One moment. One moment here, pulling up my note. Apologies. Sorry, I had your backstory opened, but it's gone. It's gone. Oh, there it is. Found it. Okay. You unfortunately recognize this guy. You remember being on some far-thrown Klingon outpost, and this guy, this Klingon, he had a lot to say to you back then, and he's going to continue saying it. He comes up to you and he goes, "Drinking that Rectogeno swill. We are in charge of this station now. You should be partying." And he pushes your coffee off of the bar.
Do you have something useful to say?
He goes, sorry, I haven't played a Klingon in a little bit.
You play a weekly Klingon game.
All of my Klingons have been... I haven't been a Klingon NPC, okay? My Klingon doctor's getting to be a dickhead Klingon. He sort of gets in close to you and looks into your eyes and says, "If I were in any other installation, you'd be mewling and puking on the ground." He smells drunk. Like, he's been drinking since the morning, probably.
Continue acting like a drunken targ. Your odds of being in another installation grow slimmer and slimmer. And
with that, this is going to be Daring Security opposed, please. As combat breaks out. Awesome. Great. Daring Security opposed.
Martial arts, perhaps?
For sure, as a focus. Just so that I know, are you going for lethal or are you going non-lethal?
I'm going non-lethal.
Okay, cool. This guy, I'm going to be buying 1 dice, so I will have 3 dice. Are you intending on buying any dice?
Yes, I will buy 1 with threat, and that
One
will give
with
me
threat.
3 dice.
Sounds good. Okay. Fun. Go ahead and make your roll, Torg. Oh, God. Oh, that's not good. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Oof. Oh, no. This guy swings wildly at you, and he's so drunk that he falls on the ground. And he hits his head actually really hard on it. You sort of follow up. Go ahead and roll your unarmed attack damage.
Sure.
And this is going to be vicious.
He's on the ground. Give him a swift kick.
Go ahead and just click the delta next to your unarmed thing, and it should calculate it for you. You do have the option to re-roll for 1 momentum. You can re-roll those 3 blanks if you'd like.
Sure.
Okay, spend 1 momentum, and then now for this, for just the 3, go ahead and click the Perform Challenge button.
Perform challenge.
And then type in the amount of dice that you want to re-roll, which is 3. And then click Roll Dice. Cool, that is 2, 4, 6, 7, minus 2. Holy shit, okay. This dude, pretty much he swings and you catch him in the right temple with an elbow. I have to spend to avoid an injury because this guy is drunk. Hit him for 5 damage. It is now your turn in the initiative.
And he is on the ground?
He is prone, yeah.
Then we will be introducing him to an ancient earth custom called the curb stomp, which I have studied while preparing my exchange officer's training.
Yeah, you will get +1 success because of his complication.
All right. I think I'm about to lose my cool because today is a good day to die. But let's start with what I got.
First things first. Are you trying to kill this guy or not?
No.
No. Okay.
I have a sense that it would make a bad impression on my new Starfleet shipmates.
It's a good assumption to have. I couldn't possibly comment, but are you buying any dice?
Yeah, I'll buy 1 with momentum.
Okay, I will spend it right back to you. Get us full up to 3 dice. Remember, you get +1 successes to this because of his comp. Go ahead and make your roll.
All right.
If I was there watching this, I think my character would automatically like this Klingon already.
Same.
All right, let's see.
So +1, that'll give me 4 successes.
4 successes. Good that I gave you that free one because I got 3 as well. But due to this complication, you succeed. Go ahead and roll damage. And because of your warrior strike talent, all of your unarmed strikes are vicious. Yep. Oh no! Yeah.
So it's gonna have to.
No need to reroll. This dude falls. You take a thick heeled boot and just teeth scatter out of his mouth. All the Klingons go ha, and this Klingon is full unconscious on the ground.
I will leave him there for his crewmates to collect. Reset my chair. Sit back down. 1 Roctagino, please. 12% sweet cream.
The Ferengi is terrified, looking at you. Oh, right away. Turns around, goes to the faraway replicator, grabs a Ractagino, gingerly places it in front of you. A couple of Klingons look at you. You're so weird, and walks away. You're gonna fit in great.
Oh yeah, you would.
And but a couple of Klingons start trying to wake him up. He's having a really tough time waking up. And a couple of seconds later, Edwards, Kelly, Nishizumi, you walk in. You look on the ground and you see this sprawled out Klingon with what appears to be a broken jaw and several teeth on the ground. And you see Lieutenant Torg just sitting on the chair.
Saoirse looks down at that Klingon, looks over to Torg, looks over to the commander and raises an eyebrow.
Nishizumi will just look down at the messed up Klingon, go up to Torg, and just sit there, and then just say, say, bloody well done. But without even looking at her. Without even looking at him, just say, well done.
Oh, God.
Torg,
He's fitting in too well. Sorry, go ahead.
Torg looks over slightly. Thank you.
After watching the muted exchange between Nishizumi and Torg, she steps forward. I'm like, ooh, what's gonna happen? I'm just gonna sit back. Yeah, they exchanged nice pleasantries and went to staring. Okay. I'm just gonna look over at Kelly, have a silent conversation with our eyes, and just shrug. Lieutenant Torg.
Torg will immediately stand up, turn around, hands behind his back. I am Torg, son of Crone, Lieutenant.
Commander Edwards. May I have a word?
Of course, sir.
And I'll walk out of the Replomat. Well, no,
to any specific out of the bar. So
out of the bar area. So just
Nishizumi will just speak to the bartender and just say, "I'll take whatever he had."
I'll take a caramel frappuccino with a chocolate drizzle and extra whipped cream.
The entire ship has diabetes.
Jack, did you say a frappuccino?
Mm-hmm. The replicator will know what it is.
Okay.
Actually, change that order for Nishizumi. Nishizumi will just take a Darjeeling. I'll take a Darjeeling tea with milk, please.
The Ferengi, who has already is still trying to write down this order for a frappuccino. You see that there's a Q in it where there should be a Q in the spelling. Okay. Are we final on these orders? Because I'm about to turn around and put these orders into the replicator.
Yeah.
Okay. And the Ferengi turns to me. Cut out to the hallway with Commander Edwards and Lieutenant Torg.
So, just getting this right off my chest. Explain the body behind your chair.
An intoxicated Klingon was attempting to be charming.
Fair enough.
He failed.
Well, you make a interesting first impression, Lieutenant. I don't often meet my officers at a bar to start, and they're generally not standing over unconscious bodies. But from what I can tell in the few minutes that I watched from a distance, you handled yourself well and didn't follow up any more than was needed.
There is no glory in beating on an unconscious drunk.
Sometimes it's just fun, right?
No, sir.
Good answer. So why? I understand the diplomatic reasons why you're going to be on my ship, but why are you going to be on my ship? I was under the understanding that this is a voluntary program, the officer exchange. Trying to stretch your legs?
Voluntary is a unique way of putting it, sir.
Okay. We have a saying in Starfleet, at least the younger officers do. It's voluntold. That about sum it up?
You seem to chew on this word for a moment.
I wouldn't translate that.
Yeah, the translator the translator doesn't really translate that into. The closest Klingon word that comes back to you is like, do this. I'm not going to order you to do this. You should just know to do this. The term doesn't really translate well, but you get the gist, I suppose.
So let me get this straight. The closest Klingon term to volunteer is voluntold.
Yeah.
Sir,
It makes a lot of sense.
Sir, I assure you, however, I will do my duty to the utmost of my ability.
Oh, that was without question. I've worked with a number of Klingons, and that goes without saying. Well, we'll get you on board, we'll get you some quarters, get you the lay down, introduce you to your team. You have made quite the first impression on both our helmswoman and chief engineer.
I see.
Alright. See you at 0800.
Yes, sir.
And I'm going to walk away and let the other two enjoy their bar time. Go find out why my ship is currently not manned.
Mizumi will just take her tea to go because she wants to be back on the ship.
Hey, isn't that sort of tea usually more St. Gloriana's style?
Is Kelly saying something to her?
Yes, that is in character.
Oh wow. She will just look at you in a surprise. She'll look at you in a surprise way, and she will say, "I'm shocked you actually even know who Saint Gloriana is." Yes, it is actually. I've actually I've actually gotten a liking to their tea. I've even met some of them, and they've always given me some tea after our matches.
Well, I felt bad about missing the game because I was talking with an AI. So I, did some reading. Figured at the very least I could know what y'all were talking about when you brought it up.
Well, for the game, of course, you can probably tell who won that one.
Yeah, I had no doubts.
Of course, we are the best at we do. But, however, the other team did an absolute awesome job, though. I might add.
Gracious of you.
I sense some like background like stuff about the Dallas game.
Right, Saint Gloriana is one of the other schools that participates in the sport.
Kelly and Ishizumi are space Texans.
Which is just wild to me, frankly.
Actually, in fact, if you want to have some of the tea they've given me, I still have some of them up in my quarters. You're welcome to join in with a cup. If you want to have some, I can give you some.
Sure, why not? I'm always down for trying new foods. In stark contrast to her player.
Yeah, I'm getting the feeling that you're definitely not the hand.
Yeah, I'm a picky bastard about food.
Yeah, Commander, you
Just do it whenever.
Moving on from this very riveting conversation about tea and making references
Tea
to
and
the
tanks!
to the tanks and the Dallas and everything.
We do
Commander
have a few days at
Edwards,
Space Dock.
huh?
So we do have a few days at Space Dock while we, fix the ship.
Right.
They have lots of time to talk about tea and tanks.
You're right. We'll say that throughout the 5 days that you're going to be here, you non-stop talk about tea and tanks. Which, I mean, we'd go through the 5-day sort of rigmarole of you guys talking about anything ever, but we figured may as well move on. Sorry. Edwards, you walk into a turbo lift to take you up to the docking ring, which the Guan Yu is posted at, and you see Admiral Yannick is in the turbo lift with you.
Small station, Admiral.
Yes, I was hoping to catch you on your way to the Guan Yu.
Something I can do for you.
He goes, well, I figured as the turbulence sort of starts taking you up, I figured I may as well provide you with the promotion that you deserve anyway. So he hands you a small, like, stainless steel tin.
Like, Turbolift Parade just for me. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Well, I thought about punishing you with a large and over-the-top dress sort of uniform requirement of a whole ceremony that takes place over a number of days, but I figured since we're at war now, may as well just get it over with.
Oh, don't worry, sir. I have an emergency transport protocol for just such an occasion.
Oh, God. Just put the pip on, damn it. And you receive your 4th pip.
Yeah, get it back. It's been a ride.
It has, in fact, been a ride. Don't worry, I took the liberty of changing your server nickname to Captain.
So I can no longer make the Star Wars joke now. You are in command of a ship, but we do not grant you the rank of captain.
I didn't even get that at first. Hey, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I was so confused on what you were talking about. Anyways, that's just me.
No, have you had a chance to actually speak with Lieutenant Torg?
I can't say that I have.
Interesting fellow.
Well, I figured he would be Klingon, and therefore I kind of wanted to invite him to the briefing room, but that room is rather small. And I didn't want to bother him on his last day of recreation, I should say. So hopefully he didn't give you too much trouble in the bar.
Exactly the opposite, actually. He solved some trouble and is incredibly controlled for a Klingon.
Controlled for a Klingon? Wow.
Yeah, there's really no other way to put it. It's like if Lieutenant Nishizumi was 6'3", and that's pretty much the only change.
You see, the Admiral gets a look of sort of slight horror on his face, and he goes, he doesn't salute you every time you walk into a room, right? I know you only had the one time, but that really creeps me out. Like, I get it, stand at attention, but like the full salute
Yeah.
and the turning on the heel. Are you working on it, Captain?
Look, I can't really write her up for following the rules.
Yeah, it truly is the bane of my existence. Anyways, no, I wanted to intercept you. We need to start scouring the Shackleton Expanse for any trace of the Dominion presence. Outside of your official report, what can you tell me about your little intelligence excursion on board the Tenjin?
Well, assuming
this
whatever's in the actual official report. I know it was in the report, but is there any news from the front on what a founder is?
Yes. Well, I suppose. You see that Admiral Yannick, the turbolift opens, and there is the empty sort of docking ring. You see sort of out the window the intrepid class that is the USS Guan Yu. I need to take your blood and just test it.
Yep, fair enough. I just hold my arm out.
You see your blood appears normal. Anyway, now that we're safe.
Admiral? I think you have some blood too.
What? Oh, yeah. Admiral Yannick starts laughing.
Oh, for fuck's sakes.
It's always the little things that get you, you know what I mean? Captain.
Admiral.
You see the Admiral's form shifts.
Whoa. Just going straight for my comm badge.
The Admiral's sort of form does not shift into a founder. In front of you stands a person who you met briefly in the conference room. You see Captain Sloan stands in front of you.
Okay, so it wasn't a changeling shift, it was a different style shift.
Yes, something.
Okay, then
this is a technology that you're not.
Yeah, then I wouldn't have reached for my comm badge.
Well, I'm glad that I have a moment alone with you, Captain.
What's with the charade, Sloan? And did you just... is this another fake promotion? God damn it.
No, that promotion is correct and true, and that will be the story.
And that will...
we have some business, you and I, to catch up on. And with that, unfortunately, I actually have to end the episode early today. I have an errand that I actually need to run very urgently, and this is not a joke. I need to pick my mother up from the airport because her ride fell through. So, I apologize.
Tell your mother you can't leave me like this.
Yes, I know. I had more scenes that I wanted to run, but I need to go and there.
My first day as security officer, I lose the captain.
Oh.
Welcome to Guan Yu. Get used to it.
Yeah, I am so sorry, everybody. It is my mother. If it was any other person, I would do it. But it is my mother. So I will see you all next weekend, where we will have a much longer than 2-hour session. I promise you. Before I leave, I want to thank Lieutenant Torg for his overwhelming patience in getting his one scene today. It was a scene where I learned a lot, and I hope that you had fun just kind of sitting in the back seat, just sort of watching the chaos ensue. Gosh, I really hate that I have to drive this late, but so because my mother does not trust Uber for whatever reason, I don't know why. So I literally I've been texting her like, just go and get an Uber, just get an Uber, and she's like, no, come and get me, and I'm like,
Why get an Uber when I have a son?
yeah, exactly. So I appreciate everybody's patience. Feel free to mill about. Lieutenant Torg, if you have any questions for me, any concerns or anything, please shoot me a text. I'm always going to be there for you. I think your first foray into combat went really well. You rolled great. it would have been kind of awkward if you were the one who got that. So, and I wasn't.
Hello, sir.
Jaw's broken. I can't talk or breathe. But, anyways, it was nice talking to you guys again. I know it's been a while.
Well, unfortunately, I'm not going to be here next weekend. So I have drill, so
I see.
Next Sunday, so I won't be here.
Someday we're gonna have everyone back in the game together at once.
Someday.
At best, it's going to be the 2nd of October. Because
for you?
The week after that, I won't be here. That's what I'm saying. The chances of getting all 5 together right now, the next best chance is the 2nd.
Right. All right. Well, that's me stressing about that now. So, anyways, I guess I should do an outro.
I stopped recording during the bar fight.
Oh, cool. That's great. Anyways, here's my official outro. And thanks for watching, all those who do watch. Eventually we'll start streaming this once everybody gets sort of back on the same schedule. Jack, I love that I had to call you before this. It was amazing. I now know what your phone voice sounds like. You were very surprised. It was amazing.
I was very surprised.
Well, you gave me your number for specifically that reason, and you had your Discord on Do Not Disturb, you little shit.
I was taking a nap. I thought we were starting at 7. I don't know why. Have we ever started at 7?
Never once have we ever started at 7. Never.
Of course not.
Why would we start that late? Well, we have started that late before, but we always have a joined together time of 6, or more recently it's been 6.